Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cinar's Movie Reviews. I'm Cindy, and I'm your reviewer on Cinar's Movie Reviews. A couple exciting announcements. Number one, we are not only going to continue our channel on Facebook, but we are opening up a YouTube channel as well for my reviews. So if you are going to be on YouTube and you want to find us on YouTube, look for Cinar's Movie Reviews and you'll be able to find us on YouTube if you want to continue to get notifications that videos have been posted, etc. You can subscribe to our channel. Here you can like and share our Facebook page, and when we get new videos and things up there, you'll see it in your Facebook feed. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be enhancing my reviews a little bit. One thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion as to what age groups I think a movie is appropriate for. And I will be giving it on a scale of 1 to 3. 1, if I give it a 1 indicates that it is an adult-only movie and that nobody under 18 really should see this movie. And I would give it that rating if there's a lot of adult themes and a lot of sex and adult language. If I give it a 3, it is going to be appropriate for all ages, so it would be a family-friendly movie, excuse me. And if I give it a 2, I'll let you know about what age group I think might be appropriate for a particular film. I'm also going to be giving each film an individual rating, and the rating is based on my opinion, and I will tell you how I come to my opinions in a few seconds. But I'm going to be giving them a rating of a clapboard. So my ratings will be between 1 and 5. 1 being the movie is terrible, don't bother, and 5 being the movie is spectacular, run out and see it. And then everywhere in between. And I will give you my reason for my rating when I give you my rating. Few things about me and how I am rating the movies, just so that you guys know. I went to school for film. I have a minor in film and a major in English literature, so I am familiar with the industry. I am familiar with the genres. I am familiar with the history, etc. of film in general, and because I was an English literature major, I am familiar with a good story. So that is my background. I'm not necessarily a professional reviewer. I'm just an average moviegoer like you guys, but I figure my opinion might be something that you might take into consideration when you're considering whether or not to view a movie. The things that I look for when I am reviewing a movie are this. Number 1, I look for how entertained I am throughout the entire movie. So does this movie pull me in and keep me interested from the very beginning to the end? Now, I know that sometimes there's a lot of buildup and whatnot, and, I give it a little bit of consideration, because they've got to start the story somewhere. But am I interested, or am I sitting there through the whole movie looking at my watch going, oh God, how much longer is this going to be on, or how long has this been on, etc., or am I playing on my phone while I'm watching a movie because I'm not really interested in it? That's the first criteria. The second criteria I kind of look for when I'm judging a movie is, does my temporary suspension of disbelief allow me to believe that the story that is being presented to me is plausible in the environment that it's being told? So obviously, Superman or the Avengers is not going to be plausible in reality, but in the movie's reality, do I believe that it is actually happening? And the third criteria that I look at when I gauge a movie and its merit is how well the actors did. I mean, I've seen movies where the story was just awful, but the actors did a wonderful job. And I've seen movies where there are these unknown actors in a movie with a decent script and they just knock it out of the park. So those are my 3 main criteria. There's a couple other things in there that I use, subjective things and whatnot. But again, I just want you to know where I come from and what I do when I'm looking at a movie to recommend it or not recommend it to you. So tonight I do have a review for you. The movie we're going to start our YouTube channel with, and the movie that I'm going to continue for my Facebook channel with, is the movie Nocturnal Animals. Okay, and this movie is on video right now, and it stars Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal. And the appropriate score that I'm going to give this movie is a 1. This is definitely an adult-only movie. The movie starts out with the opening credits rolling over obese, naked women dancing. So that should tell you something right there. So the story about this movie is, it revolves around this one particular woman who is Amy Adams' character. And she is a director of an art gallery, and she's divorced and she's remarried to a wealthy man, etc. And he's kind of like a go-getter type of guy and whatnot, and she's not in a very happy marriage, etc. The story within this story, I'm trying to think of how to explain this to you because it's not really easy to explain. It makes a lot of sense when you're watching the movie, but trying to just kind of verbalize it is not the easiest thing. So basically what happens is her ex-husband was a writer, and he finally writes a book that's been accepted called Nocturnal Animals. And he sends her a copy before it gets published for her to read it. Okay, and the movie takes place between her true reality and the story that is actually happening in the book. And the movie goes back and forth between the two. And at times, it's kind of like, oh, wait, we're back to her story, or, oh, wait, we're back into the story that has been written by her ex-husband. It is very intense in parts, and I found myself going, oh my God, I need to turn this off. It's getting a little bit too intense. But it is a very well done story. The going back and forth between her reality and the reality of the story that she's reading, they do a really good job of punctuating when they're going back and forth. So that you're not really confused. There are a few times you're kind of like, where are we? But within a few seconds of the story going on, it becomes quite clear where you are, whether you're in the reality or whether you're still in the story that is written by the ex-husband. Again, it is quite intense. It does have a lot of violence, a lot of kind of sexual things going on in it. So just be aware of that when you're going to watch this. I know some people don't like that kind of content in their movies, so I want to bring that out to you right away. But overall, I would think that this movie is definitely worth watching. I wouldn't give it my 5 clapboards. I would give it the 4 clapboards, just because there were a few things about it that weren't 100% great. Like, I didn't really like the ending. The ending was kind of abrupt. But overall, I think the story was wonderful. Well, not wonderful, but I think the story was very good. I think that the movie itself was entertaining as far as keeping my attention and whatnot. So basically, I would give this one a 4 stars, or a 4 clapboard, excuse me. And again, I would just warn you that it is an adult-only movie, so keep the kiddos out of the room when you're watching this. I hope that is helpful. I hope to see you on YouTube as well as Facebook, and I will have another review for you tomorrow. Thanks everyone for joining us, and I hope you all have a great night. Take care. Bye.